If you use Obsidian, you probably love it. I get it. It's local first, it's flexible, you own your data, and the plugin ecosystem is massive. I'm not here to tell you that Obsidian is bad, but I am going to be honest about something that's been bugging me. For all of Obsidian's power, it asks a lot of you. You have to build the structure, you have to create the links, you have to decide how everything connects. And for some people, that's the point. They love the process. But for a lot of us, the setup becomes the bottleneck. You spend more time organizing your notes than actually thinking with them. And that's where this tool changes things for me. It's called Recall, and it's an AI-powered knowledge base that does something most note-taking tools don't. It actually understands your content. And here's what I mean. You could save pretty much anything into Recall. YouTube videos, blog posts, podcasts, PDFs, articles, whatever you're consuming, Recall can capture it. And when you save something, it doesn't just store a link. It analyzes the content, generates a summary, pulls out the key ideas, and automatically tags it so it's organized from the moment that it hits your knowledge base. But Recall isn't just for saving other people's content. You can create your own notes too, with a full block-based editor. Think headings, bullet points, embeds, the kind of rich notes that you'd write in Notion or Obsidian. So it's not just a place to dump articles, it's a place to think. You can save a podcast, read the summary, and then write your own notes right next to it. Your reflections, your takeaways, your ideas, and Recall treats all of it as part of your knowledge base. Your notes live alongside everything that you've saved, and the AI understands all of it. Now, let me be upfront about one thing. Recall is not local first. Your data lives in the cloud. And if that's a deal breaker for you, I completely respect that. And if that's the case, Obsidian might still be your best option. But Recall is privacy focused. You can export your data anytime, and what you get in return is something that Obsidian simply can't do right now. Recall builds your knowledge graph for you, and when you save a piece of content or write your own note, Recall reads it, extracts the key ideas, and automatically connects it to everything else that you've already saved. No manual linking, no folder structures, no plugins to configure. The connections just appear. And that's what I want to walk you through today with Recall's Graph 2.0 update. But before we dive into the graph itself, it's worth understanding what actually powers it. So whenever you save any piece of content into Recall and click on the Connections tab, you'll see a set of automatically extracted keywords and concepts that Recall has pulled from that content. These are your connections, and they're your foundation of Graph View 2.0. Every relationship you see visualized in the graph starts here. You can also create your own connections manually within your notebook by highlighting text and then using the lightning bolt or double square brackets. But just know that these connections are what bring the graph to life. And then real quick, for the sake of the example, let me show you this in action. So if you want to create a connection in the notebook, all you have to do is highlight the word or phrase within the notes that you want to turn into a connection. And then from the toolbar, just click that lightning bolt icon. And in a few moments, the connection will be created. You'll see it there from the list, and just select it, and that will officially make the connection within the notebook. You can tell by the highlighted text. Then there is another way to create connections within your notebook. Simply click the double square brackets and begin typing. And as you're doing that, Recall will basically do a search for those words and find the related connections. And from there, all you do is select it. And again, that will apply the connection to your notes. And Graph View 2.0 gives you a visual map of everything that you've saved inside Recall. You can find it in the left-hand panel by clicking this little icon. And when you open it up, what you're looking at is a live, interactive visualization of your entire knowledge base. The main thing you'll notice right away is the graph itself in the center of the screen. This is your knowledge base visualized, with each dot representing a saved note or card, and each line showing how those ideas connect to one another. But before we dive in, one of the best first steps is to click the paint icon in the bottom right corner of the graph. And this opens up the color legend, and it's actually one of the fastest ways to start making sense of what you're looking at. Graph View automatically color codes your notes based on tags, so you can immediately see different topics emerge visually across the graph. And when you click on any tag in the legend, the graph instantly filters to show only those notes related to that topic. It's a clean, intuitive way to cut through the noise and zero in on what matters to you that moment. And instead of trying to understand your entire knowledge base at once, you could use tags to narrow things down and follow a specific thread. And over time, this becomes one of the fastest ways to uncover patterns and connections that you might not have noticed otherwise. Then on the left-hand panel, you've got your graph settings. This is where you can control how the graph looks and behaves. From here, you could save presets, filter nodes by tag, source, or name. You could adjust your timeline and toggle things like unconnected cards, leaf nodes, and automatically generated connections. This panel is really the command center for shaping what you're seeing on the screen. Then in the upper right corner, you'll see a search bar that lets you search by keyword. This is useful if you already know what you're looking for and you want to jump directly to a specific node or topic. And once you search and select one, the graph recenters around it so you can immediately see how it connects to everything else. Then back in the upper right corner, you'll notice a couple other controls built into the graph view itself. There's a button to fit everything to the screen, which is great if you ever feel like you're lost or zoomed a little too far in. Just press this button and it brings you back to the normal view. Then there's also a lock button that lets you lock the graph in place, which can be helpful when you want to stop the graph from shifting around as you explore. By default, the graph is unlocked so nodes can move freely. Recall also makes it really easy to get help without ever leaving what you're working on. If you look down in the bottom right corner, you'll see a little question mark icon, and if you click that, that opens up a feature guide. This gives you tips and explanations for exploring connections in your knowledge base. So if you're ever unsure what something means or how a feature works, you could get answers right here inside the graph. Okay, now that you know your way around, let's take a closer look at this innovative new Graph View 2.0. So as I mentioned earlier, every dot you see here is a node, and each node represents a card that you've saved. These can be articles, YouTube videos, notes, or ideas that you've captured over time. Then, once you zoom in a bit, things start to make more sense. You'll notice that nodes are connected by lines, and those lines show relationships between cards. There are inbound connections, which means other cards reference this one, and then outbound connections, which show where this card links out to other ideas. So instead of just reading content in isolation, you're seeing how ideas reference and reinforce each other across your entire library. Then, when you click on any of the nodes, you're in focus mode. Recall fades out everything that isn't directly related, and this lets you follow a single idea through your knowledge base without distractions. From here, a panel opens up on the right, and it's just like if we were using the Recall browser extension. You can access your notebook, reader, connection, chat, and quiz, all from this panel, staying inside the graph view. Another really cool feature of the new graph is the Pathfinder. So basically, you can click on any two nodes here and instantly see how they're connected through other pieces of content. And the way to enable this feature is to click Command on your keyboard and hold it, then select two nodes that you want to see how they're connected. And once you click on them, they will turn yellow. And then from the menu at the bottom of the screen, click that little squiggly icon, and this will highlight the path so that you can see how these two subjects and nodes are connected. And instead of manually searching through saved articles, videos, or notes, Pathfinder visually maps out the relationships between ideas so you can understand how different topics relate to each other. And what I really like about this is that Recall's graph doesn't just show that something's related. It actually tracks the specific sources where that concept appears. And when you click on one of those concepts, the panel on the right opens up and highlights exactly where metformin is mentioned in that piece of content. So rather than digging through an entire article or video summary, you can immediately jump to the relevant section and understand the context. And this makes the knowledge graph far more actionable. It's not just visualizing information, it's helping you rediscover insights, trace connections between ideas, and quickly revisit the exact source material whenever you need it. Next, I want to revisit some filters and graph configurations. So let's go back to the color legend again and click on a tag to filter it. And again, I'm going to select automation. And straight away, the graph narrows down to just the content tagged under that topic. Now, over in the graph settings panel on the left, you can see the filter has been applied. And then below that, you'll notice the connection depth slider. Right now it's set to 1, which means we're only seeing direct connections between those saved cards. And at this depth, the graph is clean and minimal, but it's only showing you part of the picture. So watch what happens as I increase the connection depth. At depth 3, the graph starts to open up significantly, and then depth 4, and just like that, the graph expands into a much richer web of a lot of nodes and more links. And you can see major hubs starting to emerge, nodes like artificial intelligence and Google sitting at the center with connections radiating out in every direction. This is where Graph View 2.0 starts to feel genuinely powerful, because you're no longer just looking at your saved content, you're seeing the underlying landscape of ideas that connects it all. There's also a timeline view, which lets you filter your graph based on what content was added. This is incredibly helpful if you want to focus on recent research or revisit what you're thinking about during a specific time period. When combined with connection depth, it gives you a time-based lens into how your thinking has evolved. Then, by default, Graph View hides unconnected cards, but you could toggle those on if you want to see what's sitting on the edges of your knowledge base here. And these are ideas that you've saved that haven't been connected yet, which can be a great way to spot things that you might want to revisit or expand on. You could also toggle leaf nodes, which are cards that are referenced by other content but don't link out to anything else. These often represent endpoints in your thinking, and they're useful for spotting gaps or opportunities to explore further. Next, you can create new node groups if you'd like as well. In the Graph Settings panel on the left, find the Groups section. And this is where you can color nodes by matching queries, which is a really powerful way to make specific topics or themes stand out visually in the graph. So from here, click New Group, and a new entry appears with the color dot and search field. So first, if you click that color dot, you could choose a color for your group. You can pick from a preset palette or enter a custom HSL value if you want something specific. And then click into the search field and you'll see it accepts 4 types of queries. There's tag, source, name, or search. So you have a lot of flexibility here to define the group. And for this example, I'm just going to type in Google, and Recall sets it as search. And then every node in the graph that matches that query lights up in the color that I assigned. Instantly, you could see Google, Google Gemini, Google DeepMind, Google Search, and all the related entities highlighted across the graph in orange. Then if you spend time building out a view that really works for you, you could save it as a preset at the top of the settings panel and come back to it instantly at any time. This makes Graph View useful not just for one-off exploration, but for repeatable workflows that you could return to again and again. You also get control over layout and appearance. Towards the bottom there, you can adjust node spacing, link length, link strength, and how tightly the graph pulls towards the center. You could also change node size and the link thickness depending on how dense your graph is. And these aren't just cosmetic tweaks. They directly affect how readable and usable the graph feels when your knowledge base gets large. And at the end of the day, Graph View 2.0 isn't just about visualization, it's about turning your saved content into something that you can actually think with. So instead of remembering where something came from or why you saved it, you can see how it fits into the bigger picture. You can explore ideas, validate connections, and uncover patterns that would be nearly impossible to spot in a traditional list-based system. So that's Graph View 2.0, and honestly, this is the kind of update that changes how you use Recall on a daily basis. Being able to actually see how your ideas connect, trace paths between topics, and watch your knowledge base grow over time. It turns Recall from a place where you could save things into a place where you think. And if you're already using Recall, go play around with this. Turn on focus mode, try the Pathfinder between 2 topics that you wouldn't expect to be connected, and you'll surprise yourself. And if you haven't tried Recall yet, I'll drop a link in the video description below so you can check it out. And if you're ready to start actually learning faster and retaining more, try Recall and use code BEN25 for 25% off during checkout. And be sure to also check out my previous videos on Recall if you want to learn more about it in general. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So that's going to do it for this video. If you found it helpful, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Blog with Ben YouTube channel. Also, if you're looking to start a blog, check out these 2 videos on how to build, grow, and monetize a WordPress blog. They'll walk you through the entire process step by step. And as always, your support means a great deal to me and my family, and for that, I thank you. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.